Hey guys, welcome to back to school week, day 2. Today I'm gonna take you on a tour of our homeschool classroom. It is actually just like one of the main living spaces in our house. And so I try to make it not look like a preschool classroom with all the primary colors because there's no door that shuts. It is a entertaining space when we have company. It is one of our main living spaces. So I will, as always, show you some of the things we changed from last year. Not a ton has changed. We did move like a new table and a couple of other things, so I'll show you my reasoning behind that first. I'm just sitting here getting ready. We're starting school, well, when you see this, we'll already be starting school. We're starting school next week, technically. So I'll show you some of the changes and then show you some storage and all the good stuff. So let's go. All right, so this is what the room looks like from my kitchen. You guys have seen this for years, so it's no different. The view, like, you know, it's always the room off of my kitchen. It's been that way since we bought this house. Ooh, 7 years ago now this month. What has changed though has been the layout of the room many times over the years, and this year is no different. Compared to last year, I'm trying to think if I had these bookshelves in here yet last year. I think I did. I'm pretty sure I had these bookshelves in here. But what has changed is I brought in this table. This was our former dining room table. Years ago, John bought this farmhouse like hutch, and it was just, you know, plain wood. I don't even know what it's called, unfinished. And then he finished it to match this table. But then I immediately like commandeered it to use for our homeschool when originally this was gonna be like a china cabinet we kept in our living room. But I was like, this would be so perfect for school storage stuff. And so it kind of always bothered me that these two pieces were supposed to be together and I had them separate. But yeah, so we moved this table in here now, like we just needed more space. Isabella is doing middle school work. She's got lots of books. The boys are using pretty much the same stuff. Annie's sitting around the table with us now with Play-Doh. There's 5 of us sitting around this table all the time. We probably 9 times out of 10 sit at the school table over the dinner table when we're all together, even for lunch. And so I just decided to move the larger table in here. The layout of this house was built in the late 70s, and I've never really quite figured out what was supposed to be the dining room, like how is it supposed to go. There's like one large, like big open space that could be like 3 rooms in the other room, and then there's this room, and I've never known, you know, where it's supposed to go. There used to be, I'm making this really long, much longer than necessary, but there used to be right here where the garbage can is now, a breakfast bar. So I don't know if this was supposed to be the dining room, but when we redid the kitchen, we took out the breakfast bar and just kind of made this space a little more open. So that was quite a lengthy intro, but I wanted to tell you guys we got a new table, and that is how I chose to tell you. But there's our school table. Okay, so I'm gonna start over here. Over here we have Annie's little preschool section. This is an Arteza magnetic chalkboard. She has some magnet letters over here, and she just likes to play with these animal magnets, and then she also likes to draw on the chalkboard. So we have this in here now. We no longer have a whiteboard. I think that might have also been gone last year. So we use this chalkboard now in our homeschool. And then here's where I'll rotate out some of her little preschool stuff. So right now we're doing before 5 in a row, blueberries for Sal. So I'll always have her little before 5 in a row set up here. I rotate these things out. She likes using these letters when the kids are doing their handwriting. So we've got some of these little letter boards. I've got her A is for art back here. For blueberries for Sal, she's got her little pail of blueberries that she plays with. I think you saw my vacuums back there as well. We have her treasures from Jennifer, little hundreds board here. And then I've also got that Arteza magnetic letters under there. And then down here right now I've got Play-Doh. But this is where I like, we'll rotate just different wooden toys she has and things like that. And then she and I will just kind of you choose, I choose, you choose, I choose during that little preschool hour. Right off of this is her little, like preschool bookshelf as well. We have some bedtime books over there, and then some of her favorite books that I'll rotate out through there as well. And then down here are just the kids' workbooks. I'll give you a quick overview of these bookshelves. Don't judge me by them, they're not perfectly organized, but at least all my books are on the shelf. That's all that matters right now. So up here are all of my poetry, nature study books, as well as some book, like read aloud resources up here. So just nature study, Charlotte Mason, these are all my resources. Down here, I have all of our historical assigned, you know, fiction, nonfiction, anything from all the way back. I think I started assembling this when we were studying the American Revolution. So this has everything from the American Revolution all the way up to the Civil Rights Movement and everything else in between on these shelves. So whether they're assigned this year or not, I've just kept them all together on this shelf. Down here, I have all of my Usborne Lift the Flaps. I love these Lift the Flap books, and I think they always look good when they're all together on a shelf. Like I said, Annie's kind of like preschool section. There's some workbooks down there. Up here, I get asked about this every time. I almost hate showing it because it's like a tease. This is not available anymore. This calendar is from Explorn Toys. I don't know when they're gonna have it available again. I bought it at a convention 3 or 4 years ago, and once they sold out on their website that year, it's never come back in stock. So I'm sorry, I do love it though. I've got some bigger books that won't fit on the other shelves. So this is the 50 states. We've got Timelines of World History, the State Capitals book, History of the USA. I actually need to swap these out because we're not doing US geography anymore this year. First 1,000 Words in Spanish. And then the 5 in a Row book that I'm doing with the boys right now is Paul Revere's Ride. So I have that displayed there. Down here I have some reference books. We've got the World Wars, the thesaurus. We've got another picture of thesaurus back here, a dictionary, a concordance of the Bible, and another dictionary, student dictionary, college dictionary, primary history of the United States, and then these are all of my 5 in a Row books right here. Down here, this really doesn't belong here, but it fits on no other shelf, so I'm not sure what to do with it, and we're gonna be studying the Civil War again in a month, so I just decided to leave it out for now. And then this is my warm-up bin, which my kids got into today, so ignore that. But this has some logic toys and games, and I'm back to swapping this out on a weekly basis. I'll show you in my like storage area where I keep all of these things, but I just like to put a couple board games, a couple logic games, a couple of different like art supplies, and then the kids will get into this when they're like done with schoolwork early or while they're waiting around for me. They'll just play with some of these toys. So they're still like doing school even when, you know, I'm not available. Up here are our family read-alouds. And then we have some assigned readers down here. It's kind of like a mix and match of read-alouds and assigned readers. Again, I don't really keep books anywhere else in the house that are for school. So some of them are assigned for this year, some of them are not. I just have like a little list in my planner of what they're assigned this year, and they all just get mixed back into the shelf. Down here we have my Usborne Shine-a-Light books, and then all of the Lift the Flaps, and then the very first question and answer Lift the Flaps, and just some other like science, like here's some Usborne animals and the nonfiction, all the Usborne nonfiction books down here, like science-y ones. Then here's just like the mix and match, like all different brands, companies, shapes and sizes, picture books, and then the twaddle. This is my twaddle shelf. These are all of the oh, we didn't steal that from the library, by the way. That was like a used book set from online. But these are all of like the chapter books that I don't assign. The kids just like to read them, so that's what's down there. Over here, I show this every year as well, but this is a sign that I had made. It is the song Prayer for the Home by Fernando Ortega. I love this song so much. It really speaks to me, and it is kind of like my heart's desire for our home and our homeschool. And then over here we have some of the Cavallini print posters. I got the tropical plants. This is our nature studies shelf. This is where the kids will put what we're getting on our nature walks with Exploring Nature with Children. We have the fern poster up right now because the kids have been spotting ferns more often. And so I might swap that out for another one later, like some of like the different garden vegetables or something. But for now, that's what's up there. I'm probably always gonna keep this one up just because we live in the tropics, so that will always be relevant. And then with exploring nature with children, we do a lot of like, there's a few night walks and different, like solstice was one last week. So I'm just gonna keep that one up there for now. And then this, I think I got this one on Amazon, this little like macrame wall hanging. I'll link it if so. This is where I clip up our memory work. So this is all of our memory work that we're currently working on right here. All right, then over here, it's a little messy, but you know, things look different when you take an HD camera to your life. So I'm telling you, dead serious, like in real life, this looks way more organized than it's translating on camera, but whatever. So I've got our little letter board here for the first day of school. This little bell we got up at Mass General. Anybody who lives in North Carolina, we love Mass General. We stop every year. This is what we got one year. We ring this bell when, it's the 5-minute bell is what we call it, when there's 5 minutes till we're starting school. These rocks we actually use a lot. The kids like to build, we have the books like the rocks tell the story of Easter and the story of Christmas, and then sometimes they'll just do like little rock storytelling with that, which sounds weird, but just trust me, it's cute. Then we've got our pocket microscope. Got some like doodads back in here. It's kind of hard to tell, but little like random things we get. Let me see if I can, like here, little like dice and timers and things I find around the house that I know are actually important pieces. And then this little sliding thing is from IKEA. Oops. I had John install this a couple years ago onto this hutch just to store some of their schoolwork that they want to show off. This is where we're now keeping all of their curriculum just for easy access on this shelf. And then down here we have our morning basket. We're gonna be using this. We're doing Paul Revere's ride, and there's a couple of revolutionary things in here. So we've got that out. This won't fit in this basket, but this kind of coordinates with this basket. And then just some little odds and ends. If we're doing any kind of like trivia or anything, we have some whiteboards from Arteza back in here, and then these are also markers from Arteza. Just they can have lots of different color options. Dry erase, you know, it's also where this is where we keep our American Girl bell peppers as well, apparently. And then I'm not even gonna show you down, well, maybe I will. It's just a hodgepodge of stuff. Just random stuff in there. Everybody needs a junk drawer in their house. Over here, I have another Cavallini poster. This is the color wheel. And then I have, this is our little like art supply section. I got these little tin pails off of Amazon, and I needed 12 apparently. I didn't know, I just ordered a set of 12 and I used each of them. So we've got markers, 2 sets of crayons, sharpened pencils, some mechanical pencils, and I put the lead down in there as well. We've got some glue, some ink pens, that's gonna drive me bananas. We've got dry erase, or these are the chalk markers for the chalkboard. We've got some highlighters back here. All this is from Arteza. We also have some like scented crayons and scissors in here, and then just some standard colorful pens. Down here I've got our construction paper, a crayon, what is it called? A crayon sharpener, tape, and a stapler. I forgot to show you one thing over here, and I just had John install an old school pencil sharpener. Praise the Lord, because I will now officially know where my pencil sharpener is. I probably buy like 4 a year, and I'm not even joking. Oh, I think I forgot to show you this. I just keep stickers in here. I like this. Mistakes are proof you're trying. I like to have these on hand. I don't really have a sticker system. I just hand them out when the kids, you know, just kind of like boost the morale in our house. And I think that's it for this particular room, right? Besides our little table, which is so spacious, and I'm so happy to have this extra space in this room. All right, I will now take you into This room, which definitely needs a new door. This door is probably original to the house. We didn't install the doggy door. It was from the previous owners. But this is our utility room, which I have also taken over for school. So let's go on in there and see what's happening. Before I do, I just remembered back in here, I roll this out of the way. Oh, probably making everyone motion sick. This is where I keep all of our like posters and maps and different charts that we don't use all the time, but use sometimes. So like our our US map, and then our world map, and things we need for 5 in a row like that. Different like constellation charts and all that jazz. Letters, number, 100 poster, it's all in there. And that has really worked out great. So now let's head on into the utility room. Out here, it's a little bit of a mess, but John built this countertop section here for the kids and I to work out here. So we've got the computer, all the computer stuff here. I've been working out here today, so I just kind of have like a little bit of a lot going on. I just didn't clean it up, I'm sorry. But yeah, we've got like, you know, extra paper and like printer paper and lined paper. This is where we keep our McDonald's toys, you know, all the good stuff. We've got some gel pens for planners. My planner is back there. Isabella's planner is right here. What's happening over here? Just random stuff. Again, gotta have a place for random stuff. Sticky notes and the likes. And then up here we have some logic games. Right, and then up a level up here, these fabric cubes are just where I toss the kids' schoolwork as they finish. No like amazing hacks over here happening, just real life, real mom stuff happening. I just toss their work in. Bella, Jessie, Eli, Annie. Couldn't even get the stickers to stick on, but I just toss their work in there. People ask me all the time, like, where do you keep you know, their work, and how do you know what to keep for your portfolio and all that? I just throw stuff in here to get out of the way, and then every 12-week term or so we'll just go through it and thin it out. And then if, you know, after 12 weeks we know if it's important enough to keep for their portfolios or not. I actually haven't even done this for last school year yet, so I need to do it because next week we're gonna start adding stuff to it. It's just the mess that is homeschool. One way or another, you're gonna have spaces in your house that just look like a preschool threw up on your wall, and that's what this is. And I'm just grateful that we have this space that is our laundry room, so people generally don't take a tour of your laundry room when they're looking at your house. But I have a bunch of STEM toys here, right next to our printer, right next to our washer. And then over here, I have just some like trays, some art trays, Play-Doh trays, some wooden trays, and then some puzzles. And then up a level are just random family games that also I need to organize, but this is where I keep it all. I mean, I could organize it for a video, but this is what it looks like 99% of the time anyway. And then just some other random stuff, like boxes that are, those are good boxes, you know, like I don't want to get rid of them. Like they're gonna come in handy sometime. So I've got some boxes and some tins and some things that I can't get rid of because I'm sure they'll come in handy sometime. So that's what's happening. Last thing I'll show you is what I did with these drawers. So these used to be where I stored curriculum, and it's still where I store random stuff that I just haven't found a spot for. So I just have these for art supplies that we use on the regular now. If I ever need to roll this out, I will, like say a day when we're having like our history co-op here, or it's right behind the door here so the kids know where it is. So I've got like a drawer of the glitter. As you can tell, I put it at the very top where Annie can't reach. We have our quilling stuff from last year. We've got acrylic paints. We've got tempera paints, finger paints. This is where we've got watercolors and pastels. I've got our hot glue in here. This is nothing, it's full. It's just, or it's got a stamp in it. This one's kind of full. Technically has no label. These are junk drawers apparently. And then like stickers and odds and ends, ribbon down in there. So that is what our homeschool space looks like for the 2020 homeschool year. You guys will have to let me know in the comments down below if you often swap things around. I kind of joke that I do every year and that it'll look different next year, yada yada, but I actually feel justified in it this year just because we're bringing in preschool and we're adding middle school, so we did need to change the space to fit our needs a little. And now I'm gonna leave you with today's giveaway, and to do so, we are going to walk on over to this shelf. Today's giveaway is sponsored by me personally. Today's giveaway is a $50 gift certificate to my Usborne Books and More website. About 90% of the books that we use in our homeschool, the nonfiction books, the read alouds, the fun, lift the flap books, the activity books, they all come from Usborne and Kane Miller. We absolutely love everything on our shelves that have come from Usborne Books and More, and I am delighted to offer a $50 gift certificate to one of you to stock your shelves in your homeschool room as well. So all of the info for this giveaway is in the description box below, and I really cannot wait to see what the winner chooses. Good luck, you guys.